Hi, guys, and welcome to the Student Tips Podcast. I'm your host, Michael, and today we are going to be interviewing Alex G. In this episode, we're going to be diving into the topic of legacy exceptions and the impact they have on college applicants. For those unfamiliar with the term, legacy admissions refer to the practice where students whose family members that attended a particular university, such as parents or siblings, are given preference in the admission process. This often means that highly qualified applicants may be overlooked in favor of legacy students. For example, Harvard's legacy acceptance rate is estimated to be around 30 to 34%, and studies show that 43% of all white students at Harvard fall into the categories such as recruited athletes, children of minor donors to the school, or legacy admissions. These statistics raise important questions about the fairness and opportunity in higher education. Personally, I believe legacy admissions should not exist as they provide advantages to students who may not have worked as hard as others. Many applicants put tremendous effort not only to be passed or to only be passed over because someone else has family connections. So, Alex, what's your stance on legacy admissions and how they affect hardworking college applicants?
I think legacy admissions keep traditions but can be unfair. Some say they create inequality, while others value alumni ties. As schools move away from them, the debate continues. Should they stay or go?
Interesting perspective. Now let's take this discussion further. Why do you feel the way you do about legacy admissions? And are there any potential drawbacks or benefits to maintaining the system?
I don't know. I'm still a little confused on that. Can you tell me more about it?
Okay, well, to make it more clear for you, legacy admission is when you apply for college or university and someone who has family ties to that college or university, or is relatives of large donors to that college or university, or was a recruited athlete for that college or university, gets applied over other students who worked harder than them. That's why I don't like it. But now I'm asking you to see what your opinion was if you were in a situation where you got kicked out from your college or university because somebody else whose family was there or donated a lot of money or was recruited because they were an athlete got in over you. How would that make you feel? I also don't think that this topic gets enough attention because it can lead to a drastic chain of events that could cause students to lose their jobs or worse. For example, in 2019, 64 students were admitted to universities in California due to donor connections. This incident led hardworking students to be denied the opportunity for higher education because of inappropriate reasons. Most of these students were falsely identified as student athletes. UC Berkeley also inappropriately admitted 42 other applicants who are connected to campus staff and donors, which the majority of were white. This shows that the schools that talk about having high standards throw them away in the face of money. All of the universities involved say that financial gifts, alumni, and staff connections have nothing to do with the admission process. But the 64 applicants mentioned earlier all were connected to one of these categories.
Yes, I understand much more on why this would be unfair for university students.
That's great to hear, Alex. Now that you understand the topic that we're talking about better, is there any tips that you would like to give to university students who may encounter these adversities along their way?
Well, that sounds pretty unfortunate. And if that would happen to me, I would probably go get a stable job, earn some money, and probably apply for the university again. Or I'd go back to my parents' house, ask them for some money, a loan or something, or to my bank, and apply once again.
That's great to hear, Alex. I would probably do something like that too. And I hope all the students listening could try and follow these tips in the future. Now, Archer, is there anything that you would like to say about this?
The tips I would give to university students is to if they get kicked out, is to never lose hope. The second is to keep calm and to retrace. By retrace, I mean to get a stable job and repay for college, or get a loan from their parents, and finally, either stay at their best friend's house for a little while, then get a stable job.
Thank you for that valuable input, Archer. And that wraps up today's episode of the Student Tips Podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. We hope this discussion gave you valuable insight on the impact of legacy admission. If you see us around the school, don't hesitate to say hi. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Signing off.